there are 5 automatic qualifiers, right? You're going to have OSU, UGA, Texas Tech, Virginia, if they beat Duke, and then the winner of Tulane and North Texas. And then in terms of at-large bids, Dan, you tried to make the argument that Oklahoma doesn't deserve to be there over Miami. They have 2 losses. Those are to number 5 Ole Miss and number 14 Texas, with wins over number 10 Bama and Missouri, which I know how Mike Ryan feels about the AP. We don't even have to count number 25 Missouri, but they do have a top 10 win there. Better losses than Miami does, tougher schedule. When we're bidding for numbers 11 and 12, I think the first team that you have to mention, Dan, BYU. They have 1 loss this season. It's to number 5 Texas Tech. If they have a second loss, it'll be to the same team in their conference championship game because they actually made it to their conference championship game. They also have 2 top 25 wins, with wins over number 15 Utah and number 21 Arizona. So we have to include BYU.
We have to.
You have to include BYU. It would make no sense in terms of resume when you're looking at each and every one of these when you're nitpicking. Even if they lose to Texas Tech.
That's crazy.
2 losses, both to a top 5
They're
team.
going to get dragged by Texas
That's
Tech.
fine.
They're going to get dragged the same way they were last time. Texas Tech is a good deal better than BYU.
That's right. And I think Miami, you would make the argument, is a good deal better than SMU or Louisville, but they lost both of those games to unranked teams. I want you to look at the rest of these resumes here, Dan.
This Texas Tech team is the best Texas Tech team I've ever seen. It's better than anything that Michael Crabtree was doing at the top of when they were beating Texas. Like, this is the best Texas Tech team there's ever been, and they're going to drag BYU again. Anyway, continue.
Well, you're making the argument on behalf of BYU then, because if their loss is to a better team, if Texas Tech is maybe the best team in the country, the best Texas Tech team ever, those 2 losses to Texas Tech shouldn't knock you down so much. So to me, BYU is an obvious number 11 there. But when you look at the rest of these teams, you've got Miami. Now let's start looking at losses. Obviously, they have the head-to-head win over Notre Dame. But that loss, Dan, to Louisville. A team that you all are trying to convince me is not a playoff eliminating loss for Miami, despite the fact that they also lost to unranked SMU. James Madison, as a conference champion with a dominant win over Old Dominion. Old Dominion, Dan, who beat Virginia Tech by 30-plus points, a win that Miami is trying to hold up as a great win over the last month, showing you the type of team that they are.